Yo, what up guys? Welcome back to another video on the channel. Hope you guys are having a wonderful day. Today we are back with Seasons. As you can see, that's on the screen. As you can see, I set the mood a little bit. Purple lights, a little bit of orange, like go with the game's type of theme, make it more colorful, set the tone, however you want to say it. I did this last time. I said to you guys, you know what, this game is probably turn off the lights and just enjoy the game how it is. So that's what I'm going to try to do. Try to calm myself down a little bit more. Just try to go with how the game is intended to go. And I just try to enjoy it as much as possible. So let's get straight into it, guys. Let's go. Because I'm like trying to explore the world as it is. Trying to find new sounds, new experiences as it goes along, because this is a new world for the character in the game, and for me, we're exploring it together, which is kind of nice. I like the concept of it. Really thought out well. Okay, we're gonna stop right here. Okay. Ooh, I have to get used to the controls. I haven't played this game in a while. Just got back here. Okay. Every line is dead, every wire is cut. I hate the season.
Someone was out here alone.
Pop up bike real quick. Okay, wind up.
One melody is like me out here alone. I can't really live like this.
It's long.
Two voices is like me and my mom. We can survive, but eventually you need more.
Is it supposed to be a dad now?
Three voices is complex as life is supposed to be.
Okay.
I could listen forever.
I feel like, okay, the two sounded good. Now it's just a bit, what can I say, overwhelming. But still not too bad. One voice, one tone, alone in the wilderness, can't last long. Two voices, a melody and a harmony is enough to survive a little while. Three voices, a community, a song can last a whole season.
They kept themselves company with music.
Bro, music, honestly, music heals the soul. Like, music is a good way to get away from the world that you're in right now. It's a good way. Honestly, music is a wonderful outlet if you want it to be. That's why I make beats. It's like an outlet, just like the way it is. I met a driver from a group that building a community. I'm leaving with him. Goodbye to this lonesome place. Goodbye to this lonesome season.
It looks like they made it out of here. But what is this group?
I mean, yeah, if you go build a community, it's better than just being alone. Better to enjoy other people's company than just by yourself. Because, yeah, I feel like it would get pretty depressing. It's my thoughts on it. Cutscene. Resting up for the night. Well, I found my title screenshot.
In the empty places, I found companionship in the tapes I recorded before leaving home. The elder told me the story of her life. I listened back to it, ready to note down anything that seemed important.
Let's set the
Sense of
scene
it.
for the listener,
Okay.
whoever that might be.
Okay.
This is the elder speaking. We're sitting in the plaza, saying goodbye to a dear soul. We're here to see if there's anything useful in my mind that could help you on your trip. A century's worth of memories, dreams, fantasies, visions. Like a big, old, haunted library. When I die, this library will burn down. But which book should we check out first? I don't have all the answers,
No one does.
but I do feel the story of my life could help you understand what kind of world is out there.
Okay. Do you have any other advice for the trip?
It's okay not to understand everything right away. The moment may pass before you've gotten a firm hold on it. But as
Okay.
long as you're there to witness it, to take it down in your journal, you and others to come will someday take the time to make sense of it all.
So like reminisce basically. Take note. How exactly can the story help me? What's your real name? How did you become an elder? Let's go with the story.
I heard, somebody told me, you want to capture what it's like to be alive during this season? For the future? And you want to understand why and how the season is going to end. The season of my youth is long gone. But I can tell you what that season was like and what I know about how it ended.
So what are they referring a season as a life? Your life. So everyone has its own season. So the season has to come to an end. So does that meaning your life comes to an end as well? I guess I can ask all the questions, but I'll ask her name last.
First, I got old. That's an important step. Being an elder is all about how you react to strange events.
Yeah, because you grow
The
up.
key is not to be surprised, but kind of frown, look serious, and say something like, "It begins." Never say, "I don't know." Say, "We dive into a pool of uncertainty."
She laying down the wisdom.
I was born on the ocean. My mother and father worked on a cruise ship.
Yeah.
Short-lived but glorious, watery republics, floating cities. Most won their independence by the time I was born. How can I describe them? They were a jewel of the golden season. Pleasure boats with a radical political program. How nice. The golden age was a time of flags, logos, mottos, mastheads. My mom taught me to read them. She was a ship's philosopher. My dad was a recycling engineer. Recycling on the ship was a matter of life and death. We had to get the most out of every object and watt of energy.
I don't know what we're getting out of the story. Is it that we're trying to connect to the character and like understand the importance of someone else's life? I'm not sure how this works. Okay. Um. Tell me about your mom. They were born
These
on a
symbols
boat,
and
whatever.
gestures were layered with meaning. There are signals in the way you might move your hands or close your eyes. Her job was to manage the symbols and their meanings.
Okay.
She designed the ship's flag, for example. Let me draw it for you. After the war, people were disgusted with groups and symbols. Keep an eye out on your trip. I bet you won't see a signal flag flying. Her name was Augusta Kale.
Augusta Care. That's honestly that's a nice simile thing. A gust of hail, like a gust of wind.
I loved
Because
the
of,
way
like,
the
she
ship
designed
would tilt
flags.
and roll with the waves,
See, I catch those things.
especially as I fell asleep. It was so comforting. Picture me as a kid in bed, feeling the swaying of the ship. It was like being rocked to sleep as a baby. I loved exploring the ship too,
Ooh, that would be
wandering through the
nice.
suites, the swimming pool, the game rooms, and oh, there were two dance halls.
Why too?
A large, elegant one and another one in the basement. A lot of my firsts were down there. My first dance, my first kiss, and so forth.
Okay. I see you.
Our ship was taken over in the early days of the war. That was the end of the watery republics. I heard the dance hall in the basement became a weapons cache. Took me half my life to say goodbye to the world I knew in my youth. Imagine me and my parents and everyone I knew being escorted off the ship by a company of soldiers. And I'm thinking, I hope they don't make a mess of my room. I was embarrassed by the younger kids who were crying their eyes out. But they knew, I guess.
That you weren't coming back. I don't think that was the end of the season, but let's see.
Yes, the start of the war was a turning of seasons.
Oh, is that okay, so seasons is chapters in someone's life.
And we had been warned
So
the
everyone
season
has
was
a-
going to end.
A bunch of chapters, and the seasons come to an end of each chapter. Yeah, okay.
Oh, but we didn't understand the warning. You see, one night, along a coastline, we saw beautiful lights shimmering above the water. Later, we found out this was an ancient warning system. It hadn't been used in so long. We didn't know what it meant. We just thought, well, ain't that pretty? We tried to stick together and camped out on the coast of the prismatic grounds.
Okay. She was naive when she was younger, but now because she has youth, now she doesn't know everything, but always doesn't say, I don't know. That's how she felt.
I thought it was all temporary. I couldn't see how things would return to normal, but I was sure they would. Aside from that delusion, are you sure you want me to keep going? The story gets darker from here on.
Darker. No, let's find out the truth. I feel like that's why you guys are here, and then you guys want to know the truth. And if I stop you here, then basically getting blue balled, honestly. Let's keep going.
Okay, so conditions in the camp were getting worse. My mom got lost in thought for long periods of time. She'd be completely still for hours, days even.
Yo, that's pretty bad.
We realized she caught, well, now we call it time misperception disorder. It's when you lose your ability to tell how much time is passing. A minute can feel like an hour. A day can pass in 10 seconds.
I feel like this is a good thing. Let's see if it's a warning sign, maybe. How did she catch it?
We don't know exactly. Our consciousness is delicate. There are minerals and sounds that can adjust it. Dr. Fumio's greatest fear was that someone would use this as a weapon. We heard about a traveling doctor who could cure these kinds of diseases. I decided to go find him. I found out his name was Dr. Fumio, and he traveled with his son Lucio. People talked about him like he was a god.
What happened when you found them? What was going on with the war? I feel like let's not keep switching topics. Let's stick to one
I
thing.
described my mom's condition to Dr. Fumio. He said there was no cure yet, but there was a village high in the mountains. He thought it was high enough he'd have a better chance at treatment. Lower places are more dangerous. Valleys are the worst. He invited me to join them in going to the village. But I wanted to go back and get my parents and bring them with me.
So she never returned to her parents? That was the last time she saw them, maybe? Yeah, what happened next?
I packed my things and got ready to leave the next morning. At night, my mom came to me in a dream. She was standing in a field of flowers. I'd grown since I last saw her. We were the same height. She pressed a finger hard into my palm. She taught me well. I knew the meaning of the gesture. I knew no matter what I did, I'd never see my parents again.
Yo, that's so sad.
In the morning, I told Dr. Fumio I would follow him to Karo village. The next few weeks were very physically tiring, hiking, climbing. And when we found the village, building, planting, cleaning, Fumio brought sick people from all over the world, and they got better. The treatments worked. Everyone was healing.
Bro, imagine this is just all a lucid dream.
So why
That would
couldn't
freak
I?
me out.
One day, we got word the war was over. We never found out how it ended. It was like peace just swept over the earth in a split second. There was a party in the plaza to celebrate the end of the war, but I couldn't bring myself to go.
I can imagine.
Yes, it was over, but it had taken my home, my family. That night, as I was falling asleep, I felt the bed tilt and sway gently,
Oh, past memory.
as if it was being tossed on the waves of the ocean, as if I was back in my bedroom on the ship, as if I was back in my mother's arms,
At that point, you just don't open your eyes. You just live in the moment.
being rocked gently to sleep. I knew I was finally home, and nothing could hurt me.
That's some really sweet sentiment. And then now we're just brought back into reality. She got caught up in the moment.
I
Games.
imagine coming upon a place as hidden and singular as my own village. Eventually, I found myself circling a valley, looking for a way in.
Okay. Well, it's morning. Let's hit the road. Hit the road, Joe. Okay. Okay. Not too bad. We're approaching what looks like to be a dam, maybe. Okay. Just hear the gust of wind. Slight music playing in the back. Peaceful. Like, honestly, this game gives me appreciation of nature itself. Honestly, it's like the stillness, the calmness of nature. Would I ever do this in real life? No, probably not. I don't think I would have. Maybe I wouldn't have time, but we have ample amount of time until our death. But I feel like I just would never do this. I don't know why. But this would be great. Like, I don't know. For me, like, if I put myself in this type of mindset, it would be great to. Oh, it's the van that we saw. Yeah, it would be great if I did this in real life.
Oh, the valley. 1 second.
Okay. Mine's just off. No entry. So I'm not allowed to enter or something? I don't think I was supposed to see him. I'm gonna be honest. Okay. The gateway to Tiny. Here stands the gateway to Tiny Valley, home to the 3 mindful gods. As you enter, try to imagine the millions of pilgrims who passed under the gate before. They were born, they lived, and they died. Okay.
I'm not the first to do this, just the first in a long time.
Is that a strotophob? Yeah, what are they called?
Strotophobe.
What is it?
It's a TR-13. Let's joke around.
I love old gear like that. It's getting more and more rare. I had a camera, but it broke. Not that interesting of a story, I guess. What are you doing here?
I'm here to meet people. I'm here to observe and record the world. I'm here to experience the moment. My real objective is that I'm here to observe and record the world, but honestly, I'm here to experience the moment.
It is some moment we got going here, but I don't want to talk your ear off.
Like, to be honest, like, you could do that.
What kind of stuff are you recording?
We have nothing else to do. But whatever catches my interest.
That's the way to do it, if you ask me.
Why is she just shrugging?
If anyone asked me, I mean, the valley would be a good place to use those tools.
This man seems
Too
very
bad it's
lonely.
closed down.
By,
Let me
like-
finish up here, huh?
Like how he sounds. Okay, go ahead. Like what happened to all the people? Did they just leave, or the entrance of Tiny Valley Shrine? Pick up.
It seems like I'll have to wait for night to enter the shrine.
Okay.
Hey,
A single chair.
this was like a second home for a while. That was fun earlier when you showed up. And I was carrying the cardboard man. You were like, who are these guys?
This guy really talking to himself. I guess that's how
I've
you cope.
been
by
pretty
being
bored here.
alone. Yeah.
You know, the valley's going to be flooded
tell.
soon. That's why nobody can go in there. The dam is falling apart.
I was right, is it then? Yeah, when is it coming down?
A couple of days from now.
So I have time.
Day 0, we call it.
So like a zombie thing. Who is we?
Greyhounds. We're a community organization. We do
Okay.
all kinds of fun stuff. Health clinics, minesweeping, daycare, evacuations, weddings.
What's minesweeping?
We're new.
Okay. Select list of services. I would say, but what is Greyhounds?
It was supposed to be because we're helpful yet neutral. We took a vote and decided to change the name, though. We want something more friendly sounding. I'm excited to find out what it would be. We're trying to get new things going. But it's hard. The past really has a tight grip on people. Doesn't feel like a fair fight. So we're trying
I feel
to...
like was supposed to mean something, but it just flew over my
Well,
head. Maybe I'll get it.
anyway. It's funny. I stood guard here for a week, and I've only seen greyhounds like myself. And valley people on their way out. But now I see you, and you're like a new element or something. I've never met anyone doing what you're doing.
I guess. 'Cause
And
everyone's
we
probably
greyhounds
scared.
gotta support new things. So,
Can I go?
I'm not supposed to let anyone in. How can I? Jeez. I think you should go down into the valley and take a look. Gotta try something here.
What? Is bro really gonna?
Dang it.
Bro, I thought bro was gonna make a
I was
move.
trying to wink.
Oh,
Well, you get the idea.
okay.
Go on and put that old gear to use.
Thanks,
you can
man.
take my map of the valley, too. I don't need it anymore.
Oh, this guy was helpful at least.
I'll be down to pick everyone up around midnight. See you then.
Okay. So I have a way out. Just need to be here by midnight. But I can only go in the shrine at night, so I feel like I would have to maybe choose actually. Maybe it gives me an option.
I met a greyhound. He let me into the valley.
Maybe it gives me an option to choose either you go to the shrine or you go with the greyhound.
I think he wanted me to record what the greyhounds were up to. And he gave me a map.
Dig site, assembly point, valley entrance, open at sunset.
The assembly point seemed like a good place to start.
Okay.
I wonder what he expects me to discover in the valley.
Can I go with my bike? Hopefully. Okay. Okay, so
I'll think about what
anyway,
kind
I'm
of
not allowed
visitor
to
I
take
want to be.
pictures, but anyway. Let's go. I'm on the road again. Ring ring. Okay. See if we can see any animals on my way there. Or people. See if we can talk to a local. Understand the culture a little bit. I think I'm probably gonna explore one side and then I'm gonna end the video. Probably. But at this moment, let's just enjoy it. You see? Mwah, there's a feet. Bro. I've literally picked the best colors to match the game. You might as well call me a genius, honestly. Okay, let's just keep going. Okay, something's coming up. Yay, we finally made it to the entrance. Come on, 180 turn. Okay, let's get off here. Welcome to Tiny Valley. A person selected aborigines from the graveyard. Okay.
I have wondered about the lives beneath unkept graves.
Oh, it's a map. But we already have a map, so it's fine. We can tell
I am
that.
probably the last person that will ever be welcomed here by this sign.
Yeah, you can tell that this place is going down. Okay. The well-trodden path. This is a very path that stand on has been the same since at least year 350. Imagine millions of pilgrims walking this humble path to visit the famous Tying Valley Shrine. Okay. So the shrine is down
The elder
this
told me
way.
there's very little information about the years before 500.
Excuse me. Okay. Let's go. Off we set. Is this the way to the shrine? You know, that's fine. Let's just. This looks like a gravesite. I'm not gonna lie. No, wait. Let's take out the recorder.
God of sleep. I've been gathering Harpic, and I've been gathering courage. If my big prayer is wrong, if it goes against divine will, please spare the people of this valley. We're so desperate for peace.
A memory told over and over again.
Hey yo, that's a very cool mechanic. Okay. So basically, is it like every gravesite now? There's just like prayers. It's just like prayers, in a sense of it. I feel like that's what it is. Hungry eyes and empty stomachs.
These metal
Local
animals are
artists.
looking up, expectantly.
We go here. Let's see what he says.
People here are so weak.
I heard gunshots last night.
That was us. What is that?
Look at the pond, the water.
What is that? Huh?
Should we run or something?
What is it? I think it's past memories of the people that maybe have died and just left their memories behind. So I'm recording people's past memories as I go along. Oh, that's cool. I like that. Oh, the dam. I think it's about to flood. And you know what? I think this is a great place to leave it off. Leave you guys wanting more. So I'm going to end the video here. Hope you guys have a wonderful rest of your night or day. And I guess I'll see you guys next time. Much love. Peace.
Best believe if we got smoke, you know what's up. Nowadays my niggas pushing Balenciaga, yeah, the trust. If you boys really want drama, I'ma tell they ass pull up. I don't fuck with many niggas, so I keep the hammer tucked. I just really want the bucks.